Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of GNN. Today is Thursday, June 15th, 2023, and we have ourselves another banner night upon our hands here. So, before we get into the details of our brand new mobile suit, let's go over some news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like our secret is out. The 2-star Nemo Cannon has finally arrived in GBO2, but we'll get into those details shortly. We also have a limited supply drop notice for the S Gundam or Superior Gundam, coming in at 600 and 650, so if you don't have this suit quite yet, this might be something that you want to pull for. Very vertically amazing, and happens to be a raid, so if those happen to be in your alignment for your stars, definitely go for it, but I'm pretty sure we have some other things on the way, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just kidding, I'm not hinting to anything. It's just, you guys already know. Details to the DP exchange counter is as follows. We have the 700 cost Toad Sweater level 2 now available, so if you've been saving up your DP and wanting to collect this awesome suit, which even though it's kind of got slightly power crept over the months and days, and you know, with the unicorn units floating about, it still has a place. Definitely, it was one of my main mole suits back in the day, during the early days of such things as the double Zeta before it got buffed, and the GBOI. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, we have the 2-star Nemo Cannon coming to GBO2. It is a suit that is a 450 cost support unit coming from Advance of Zeta. This is actually developed by the AUG, just like the standard Nemo, but they've equipped this with a long shield booster to essentially make it more support-like. And if anybody's been paying attention to some of the line art there, it would be safe to assume that at some point we should and maybe expect the Rick Diaz Stutzer, but you didn't hear from me, just because, again, just the line art. We know it's sometime coming. But beyond that, it actually heavily reminds me of a low-cost Advanced Hazel. Currently, right now, based on the stats that it has, which we'll get into shortly, it is very quick. For a support unit. Now, if you are pulling and doing 10 pulls for this suit, because you gotta have it, or maybe you just want to round out your collection, you do get a chance to get the AU normal suit and the helmet on top of that. And it'll help you kind of cosplay in there too. So, alright folks, on to the stats of the new suit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here is the stats for your Nemo Cannon here. Comes in with a pretty decent amount of HP. Pretty good bulk at 17k. Resistances are pretty up there. Ballistics kind of average at 18 for the cost range. But it has a high level of beam resistance, surprisingly, at 26. Excuse me, 25, because I already tuned it up to like the first 4 steps. So we have to obviously adjust for that. 5 on melee resistance, which is pretty much equating to 0 in the case of a raid getting up to you. It comes with a base of 20 for range and 19 for melee strength, which surprisingly is pretty balanced for support. So I'm assuming they want you to kind of get in there, and we'll find out why. Movement speed of walk speed of 110 with a high speed movement of 190, so this is able to essentially match speeds with the regular Nemo. But surprisingly, this does not suffer the support tax of moving a lot slower, although since it's the level 1 iteration, no way we can kind of boost the high speed movement to keep up with the other more modern 450 suits that have come out recently. Comes with a pretty good hefty thruster gauge of 70, turning speed pretty average of 54, although there are some crazy ones that do get up there. Going into the weapons, it does come standard with the GM2 beam rifle, although, just like the Nemo, the regular Nemo, we do get access to the standard GM rifle the 170mm cannon, which everybody seems to love and hold dearly to, because it's awesome cooldown rate and modest reload time, and it's also able to use the Hyper Bazooka as its primary. It also utilizes the same beam saber found on the GM command, so it's a late model beam saber. Since it's the level 1 iteration, 1850 is not bad, but you know, downswing a general and you get that lovely type advantage there. Modified head Vulcans, not too bad. They're kind of not very good on their own as usual, but paired up with some of the other weapons that have decent stun buildup, or your teammates are really nice and very helpful, this could definitely contribute there. We do have the Shield Binder's Mega Particle Cannon on its back there, rated at 500, heat rate of 40, effective range of 500 meters, a 1-second cooldown time for normal shooting, 15-second overheat, and a 2.5-second charge time. This actually shoots as a double burst, so you're actually getting this times 4. Well, no, actually, let me reiterate that. And times 2, so basically this is actually potentially doing about 2k per burst. And it has a good enough heat to cool down, swap to something else, and then you're able to ready to do work again. So it's pretty nice. On the upside, you're able to charge while moving, but it does stop the fire. But when you do and you connect, it actually has a piercing property as well. So very much like the Hazel Customs beam rifle and some of the other suits that pierce out there, but you also get the stun value as well. I'm not sure exactly what the exact stun value you get with a charge shot. I think it's close to 60 or 70%. Don't quote me on that. But I do know that on the 2-shot burst, testing on our lovely Zoc in the jungle there, we did get a 50% per both shots. So if both shots do connect, you're instantly breaking MA1. It also does come with a shield at 3500, so adding to that, I would say, pretty high bulk that for a support that comes with, it's pretty nice. It does add to that level of survivability. And then when you look into the skills itself, it gets a little crazier too for a 2-star. We also have specifically anti-stealth on this suit, so anything super sneaky, it's gonna get bypassed, like a level 3 stealth, like the Pixie, for example, or level 2. You also have the usual fixings there: radar, scope, observational link, frontline support, excuse me. It does have bouncers and force injectors, so yeah, this thing's gonna be pretty crazy in melee combat if it gets the opportunity. Granted, it's not something I would recommend, but you know, getting those swings off as a support is always pretty nice and gratifying. This does have high spec ambok at level 2, so we get higher turning speed, bumps up to sub 60, so around 57, and then we also have space compatibility as well, so that should help with the boosting side of things. But based on my time with it, it's actually pretty solid. I think I might play a lot more supports with this, kind of leading the way. Again, it has that sort of advanced Hazel type of feel to it, but you have a lot more range than the advanced Hazel, ironically enough, when we consider both the 170mm cannon and the particle cannons there. So a nice pair of weapon systems that they have on here to combo off of. Alright folks, with that said, that concludes tonight's banner recap of the Nemo Cannon. If you guys found everything informative and enjoyed the video, please do not hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure your bell notifications are all set to all, because it definitely helps us out, helps out the channel immensely, and I'm just eternally grateful. So, until next time guys, that's it. I will see you all on the next video. Take care.